Am I the asshole? For being pissed for not wanting an orthodox ceremony for our son. This may sound pretty stupid, nevertheless I want to post it here and hear your opinion. My parents, in-laws and wife want to have this orthodox ceremony for our son, and I am against it. While my wife was pregnant and during the first few months after birth, she agreed with me. Later, my in-laws visited us, and she visited them a few times and suddenly she changed her decision and now wants to have this ceremony. Or rather, she wants to do it for her parents. I am against this, because it celebrates the orthodox hierarchy system and all the hypocrisy it comes with it. A year or so back, my wife agreed to it as I wanted my son to be out of this age-old orthodox mindset and to be better than that. I lengthily spoke to all my family members about why I want to opt out and why I have another opinion and that I want my son to grow in a different and a better way. Now, if I do it because of their pressure, I will be a laughing stock as my words mean nothing and it would just be seen as an immature rant. Additionally, this ceremony must be done by the father as the mother has no rights, a patriarchal mindset. So, I am in a way, just the last piece in the puzzle. It was also shocking to hear that my wife is okay with the patriarchal mindset for this ceremony because it makes her parents summarize. I am the only one not happy about it and everyone is angry at me for making a big fuss about it. X200B. Edit 1. We are a Hindu family and my parents and in-laws are of Brahmin caste. The ceremony is harmless, but if I do it, there will be many more to follow with similar arguments. Edit 2. I even offered that I will be out of it and that my wife can do it in my stead. But no, the religion does not allow women to do it. Only the father should. And that is one of the many views I completely reject. Edit 3. Thank you all for your support and honest opinions. I really appreciate it. In a way, sharing it here did help me. Wish you all a nice day. This ceremony must be done by the father. If it's a patriarchal mindset they're into, then you the father have already made up your mind and they should accept it. It's a bit of a joke if the father has to be bullied into this ceremony, whatever it is. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It is fair for you to be able to choose what religion, if any, you want to expose your child to. It would be really frustrating for your partner to at first support you, and then switch teams as soon as she talks to her parents about it. If she is only doing this to appease her parents, then it's even worse. Not the asshole. Your wife needs to realize that making her parents happy cannot be her first priority anymore. Her child and her husband need to come first. Not the asshole. I don't think children should be forced to undergo religious ceremonies they neither understand nor can consent meaningfully to. Not the asshole. Don't do stuff that doesn't sit right with you, especially when it involves your children. Absolutely not the asshole. This should really be a 2 yes, 1 no situation, that is, you only proceed with it if both parents say yes, if one says yes, end of. And no, your in-laws do not get a vote. They can express their opinion, you can hear them, then it's down to you and your wife. Not the asshole. Your wife initially agreed, before your son was born, not to engage in the ceremony. She was obviously pressured by her family after our son was born to change her mind. She needs to establish boundaries with her family on issues like this. The positive thing is that you said that the ceremony needs your participation, so if you say no, then that should be the end of it. That said, be aware your in-laws will probably do all they can to indoctrinate your son whenever they are around him. Not the asshole. Your wife agreed with you and for whatever reason, changed her mind afterwards. It was agreed the entire time that you would not do this ceremony, and I think she should respect your wishes and decision to not want to be a part of it. Sure, talking things over if she changed her mind is okay, but to then join with everyone else in trying to pressure you to do something you don't agree with and you voiced your uninterest in the first place, so that should be respected, emo. Not the asshole. Never compromise on what is best for your son to appease others. Not even your wife, and especially not your in-laws. Also, if they actually believed this, the orthodox system, then they would respect your choice. Their subversion of it for their own priorities is more damaging and disrespectful to that system than your outright refusal. Thank you all for your support and honest opinions. I really appreciate it. In a way, it did help me to share. Wish you all a nice day. Your in-laws had their chance to do whatever they wanted with their children. What happens with your son is your decision, not theirs. Not the asshole. Ask your wife who she would prefer to make happy, you or her parents. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Along with everything else the other commenters have said, you already had an agreement with their wife. Patriarchal mindset, that's funny. You need to use that against them, which means you need tell them hell no and to F off. You ain't doing that. If they give you shit, tell them they are banned from seeing your family forever. Then get your wife in check, tell her she is not allowed contact of any kind with anybody except you. That's a patriarchal mindset. Your family would be very proud of you for putting your foot down. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. All religion is BS. Sounds like you have the upper hand if the ceremony has to be done by you. Just refuse to do it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If this religion is so patriarchal, then they should listen to you. Tell your wife that there will be no ceremony, and according to her own religion she needs to respect your authority, otherwise she's a hypocrite. Well, the only people's say who matter is yours and your wife's, as the parents. I would stand my ground if I were you, as it's something that you specifically have to do and you don't want to do it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You've already made your decision, and you can live with it. Not the asshole. Use their mindset against them. As the man and head of the family, you are saying no. Info: what ceremony? What religion? What does it demand of you? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You participated in the making of the child. This means you get a say in the child's religious affiliation, ceremonies, and upbringing. In certain situations, if the parents don't agree, nothing should happen. This is one of those situations. Other people's opinions don't matter. You can listen to them but let it go in one ear and out the other. No stopping in the middle. Thanks for doing your best to forge a new path for your son. Not the asshole. For stuff like this, if both parents aren't a yes, then the answer is no. Not the asshole. Avoid indoctrinating your child from the start. Let them make up their mind when they are old enough. I'm so curious as to what the ceremony is. Not the asshole. Sit your wife down and tell her to convince you, but she isn't allowed to use that family wants it or to keep peace in the family. She must convince you on the merits of the ceremony alone. Doubt she will be able to, and may end up realizing herself that it isn't what she wants for child. You can also tell her why it isn't good idea. Not the asshole. You have every right to disagree with this, and TBH so would I. I think as well I would be concerned as your son gets older they start influencing his decisions in regards to their wants and beliefs. Not the asshole. How weird is it that your wife wants to bully you into being in charge? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your wife needs to realize that making her parents happy shouldn't be top of her priority list. Not the asshole. No child should be put through a religious ceremony without their consent, ergo, never before they turn an age where such consent can be given. You are doing the right thing. Let me guess. Hindu and mundane ceremony? You are necessary for it to happen. You hold out, they can't do anything without insulting your role. If you do not agree with it, don't do it. Tell them they are welcome to have more children and raise them with all the traditional stuff. Your kid is not available, nor your consent. I'm more concerned about how this impacts your marriage. Make this a primary factor in decision making. Editing to say. If my guess is correct, that's pretty traumatic for a kid. So there's an argument for your wife.